Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sana. Thank you so much for watching, taking your time to watch, people that have subscribed, people that have started following me. I do genuinely appreciate it. So over the past few years, I've always had people come up to me and ask me about skincare, different beauty hacks. So I just decided to come on here, use YouTube as my platform, and just kind of tell everyone what I know. I don't claim to know everything, please don't get me wrong. There's a few things that I do, beauty hacks that I use or tricks that I have that kind of just help speed up everything, and people that don't know much about skincare, it just kind of gets them started. So this is more about that. It's more, my vlogs are more about beauty, makeup, skincare, fashion. So it could just be one week I may be doing makeup, the other week I may be doing something about skincare, another time I may do something about fashion. But by all means, if you've got any questions or you'd like to see some content, then please do just comment below, and I will definitely pick it up and do the best I can. Like I said before, I don't know everything, I'm still learning myself, but if you've got any beauty hacks that you'd like to share or you'd like me to try out, please do let me know. I'd be very intrigued. But yeah, so today's look will just be like an everyday glam, which is this, what you see. So following this, you'll see the video on how to create this, just very easy, your go-to look. This is my signature look, so this is just what I do every day to work. It's just super simple, super easy. You don't really need a lot of products as well, and it just kind of does the trick, and it lasts the entire day. So when I'm at work, it's an 8-hour shift, so it does last the entire time. But please do let me know what you think of the look or any other feedback that you may have. So, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below, and just share the love. Why not? Thank you. So skin's already prepped, we're ready to go. And so first of all, we're going to start off with a primer. There are two different primers mainly that I kind of switch between, well 2 to 3, but these are my ultimate favourite ones. So the first one is, just wait for it to focus. Eventually it will. There we go. So it's the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer Radiance, and it has a little tint to it as well. I'll just show you a little bit there. Don't know if you can see that. Yeah, so it's got a little tint to it, kind of just evens out the skin tone. And then the other one is again the Laura Mercier, and it's Pure Canvas Primer. It's for blurring, so it kind of makes your skin look flawless, which I absolutely love. But that does not have a tint to it. But it's amazing under the foundation. So the one that I'm going to go for today, I'll actually show you the Foundation Primer Radiance, the one with the tint. So we'll go for this one today. Yeah, let's do that. So just add a little bit. Okay. And remember to always go upwards. We don't want the skin to start aging or sag. So upward strokes. There we go. Just make sure you cover all the areas, evenly spread out. There you go, should be nice and smooth. So a lot of people actually like to start off with their eyes. I think it totally depends on how you feel. Okay, I think for today's look that we're doing is just an everyday glam. I feel like it's okay to start off with your foundation. Again, there's no right or wrong way. It's totally up to you how you want to do it. So do what you feel is good. So today I'm going to start off with the foundation, the base, and then build on to the eyes. Because it's an everyday, it's not going to be heavy eyes or anything like that. So we'll start off with this. So I like to, because for an everyday, I don't have time to sit there and highlight at the end and do all the shenanigans, deal with all the shenanigans, so to speak. So I like to use this Huda Beauty Lunar highlighter underneath the foundation. I'll just show you what it is. This is the bottle. It comes in with this really nice chic bottle. And it's got different shades in it, but the one that I use is the Lunar. Absolutely love it. So just shake it. Just a few pumps, if you can see it there. And then just kind of on your skin, just everywhere, face, neck, just gives you that shimmer underneath, under your foundation. Okay, and then just grab a beauty blender. Mine's already wet and ready to use. Just all over your face, blend it all in. Again, pat, start off with patting and work your way around the face. If you do get some excess of highlighter, you can always then swipe gently, but at the moment just go in and tap it all out. Pat it all out, not tap it all out, pat it all out. There we go. Okay. So I know I look like a glowing queen at the moment, but don't panic. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I think we're ready. So there's a few different foundations I kind of ys, but one of my everyday go-to one is the Sheer Glow NARS in the shade Stromboli, and it's medium. So this is the one I use. Don't know if it's focusing. There we go. Right. But I do, because this oxidizes, I do like to go in with a few of my Cover Fix custom drops. So this one is in the shade G Medium 1. Now I used to get them from Space & K before. They have discontinued it in stores, but it is still available online, and you can get them from like different online websites as well, and also from Cover Fix directly. But I just feel like it gives me the coverage that I need. So I will just show you. So you just kind of shake it, and it comes in these little droplets. So you just pop a few drops, 1, 2. I think that's more than enough, right? And then going in with the NARS, just 1, 2. Not even a 2, it's like a 1.5 kind of square. That is more than enough to cover your face. Obviously for more coverage, add more squirts and everything, but it should, this kind of does cover my entire face. So just go in. I'm gonna look like a ghost with all this lighting, but I can promise you it will all work out. Again. God, there's hay fever. Who's having issues with hay fever this year? People didn't even know that they had hay fever. Are having issues with hay fever this year. It's that kind of a day, that kind of a year. So do mind my lashes. I haven't had a chance to get them done. My lash lady is super busy, and now that Boris has lifted restrictions, She's extremely busy, but I will put her details down in the comment below, so if you were interested, you can always contact her. I do need to get them redone though, so I will get them done soon as she's got time. Okay, so it's starting to look a bit more human-like. Okay, now at this point, if you feel that the highlight underneath is still too much, you can always go in with any pressed powder. So I tend to use the Airbrush Flawless finish. Don't know if you can see that, yeah. There we go. However, I kind of just use it anyway, just to kind of set the foundation, just kind of pat it all in. There we go. Just kind of roughly all over, gently pat it all in. So now, concealer. There's a few that I do like and I love. My kind of everyday goes between the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Concealer in the shade Light. It's my ultimate, my amazing go-to. I love it. It's just so creamy, it's not drying, it just kind of sits very well. The other one that I absolutely love, that's very close to the texture of the Rainforest, the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea, is the Hourglass in Haute Vanish. Again, very creamy. That's what the bottle looks like. I don't know if you can see it, there we go. Yeah, and then it's in the shade Haute Vanish. There we go. And again, it's very creamy, not drying at all. And the other one that I do love is the Tarte Shape Tape, which is obviously very popular. But again, this I feel is super drying sometimes. So let me just get you the shade that I use. It's the 20S. There we go, that's one. But I literally just use 2 drops under the eye, and then I have to I blend it in with my fingertips, and then literally just a few, like a really small little dot just around the nose, and then blend that in. This is very heavy coverage. It does, I find it can be drying for someone who's got dry to combination skin. So if you haven't used it before, literally, I'd say try it, but literally just put a few drops on each side just to kind of see how you feel. And obviously if you need more, if you feel like it's not drying and it works well with your skin, great, add more on if you need to. But with this, with the Shape Tape, you don't really need to, because it's quite heavy coverage anyway. So today I'm going to use the Hourglass. In order to do the eyes, I would strongly suggest people make a mistake of not getting a light enough shade. You need to brighten and lift those eyes. So you need to go for a slightly lighter shade than your actual foundation, just to highlight the area, brighten the areas. And then just down the middle of the nose. You see, I haven't even popped it back in yet, and this has enough product on it for you to then just, there we go. Now I've popped that in, but until this is, so while this is sitting, what we're going to do is I'm going to do my eyebrows. So we'll show you that, and then I'm going to let this sit in the meantime, just for a little bit. So today we're going to be using the Brow Styler by Benefit. I don't know if you can see that, hold on. So it's this new product that they've launched. I actually like it. On one side you've got the pencil crayon, which is like this, shaped like that. There, can you see that? It gives you amazing strokes, like like hair, stroke like hair. And then on the other side, if you just twist it, it's a powder. It's like that. Oh, should tilt that. There we go. See that? And it kind of just thickens the eyebrows, so it's great for someone who's got fine hair, or, you know, just wants to have a bit more thicker eyebrows. So I'll just go in with the brush that I have from the previous Brow Wiz from Benefit. Just brush it all out first. And then just go in. So using the pencil crayon, I'm going to go in and do the outline of the eyebrows. So we can always amend that once we've, like, when I say amend it, we could use a concealer, because we just, to define them, we go over it with a concealer anyway on the outsides of the eyebrows. So then I just brush this. I'll show you how to do that as well. So I brush this out. So it kind of just blends in and goes with the hair flow. Okay, now, I know it looks scary, but I will show you. So again, the same concealer that I used earlier, I literally just add just a little dollop there, not even a dollop, it's literally just like a dot of foundation, right? So go in with my concealer brush. Okay, I don't know if you can see that there. Okay. And then just go on the outside line, go over, just to kind of see that shape there. I don't know if you can see it properly yet, but and you're very particular about your eyebrows, I like to just go over, I'm going in with the Brow Wiz Anastasia Beverly Hills. I just like the tip of this, but I do tend to use, to be fair, I do use the Brow Wiz from Benefit as well, but mine's run out, so I'm just going to go in with this just on the outer corner. Right, now we're going to do the face. So, sorry, I'm just getting my baking powder ready. So the one that I love using is the Huda Beauty. Obviously, sorry, it's a little bit dirty. There we go. Huda Beauty. And the shade I use is Pound Cake. Absolutely love it. And it does not have any flashbacks. So obviously the one that I use on a general basis, it's between the two. The two that I use, the two that I absolutely love using, my favourites, are obviously the Laura Mercier translucent powder. You can see that, there we go. Again, does not have SPF in it or anything. And the other one is the Huda Beauty Pound Cake in the shade Pound Cake. Neither of them have SPF, and it's really amazing. It sets everything. My makeup doesn't smudge, and also I don't really get creases with this either. I know people think it's really heavy duty and it smells. I quite like the smell, I'm not gonna lie. I like the smell of the foundation. There's a little tint of, like, there's a little bit of oud in them, I'd say, or something, but I quite like the smell. Some people say it gives them a headache. I don't think it's that strong. I really don't think it's that strong. But again, that's my personal opinion. Some people are super sensitive to smells and stuff, but I love the smell. I wish you could smell this through the camera, but I actually really like the smell of it. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna go in, just the chin. Can you see I'm just patting? Right, and then use one side of your beauty blender and just pat, 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 pat all the way down. all the way across, and then do this side. Now, I know a lot of people like to do one side first and then go to the second eye. It's entirely up to you. Like I said, there's no right or wrong way. I just like to do it this way, so I know what sort of order I'm doing everything in. And don't worry about the foundation, the concealer under here. I will blend all that in, you'll see it all blended in a minute. That's just to kind of set the eyebrows so far, the outline of it. Right, so if you can see, I haven't gone completely under, okay? And then I just go in. You can, at this point, just use your fingertips as well, just to kind of pat that bit in. Okay. You don't want to go too high in because we all naturally have this crease here. It will then crease. So what we're going to do is it's just what I like to do. Now I've just kind of use my fingertip or use a beauty blender, whichever one works. Just pat that across. You could leave the nose right to the end, but for an everyday you don't really have time for all that. So we're just going to go in. And just pat. There we go. Okay. Now we just set the under eyes. So just go in, corner, and just hold it and pat it across down to your smile line, because that's where we don't want the smile lines showing. There we go. And just pat across. Okay. Now under the eye, just hold it there and really get it into the skin. Okay. There we go. Sorry, I don't know why my throat is so dry. Just get some water. Okay. So yeah, again, just one side, and just go all the way across to your temple there. What this will do is, it will really just snatch your eye. When you put the bronzer on and do your contour around this area and on your cheekbones, you will see it really just snatches, elongates your eye, snatches it. That's what we like, a nice snatched eye. Right, now the other side, again onto the nose. Then again, just exactly where your T-zones, which is where you've put highlight, wherever you want to highlight, just go down. Chin. Just like to kind of reinforce. God, I do look ghastly, don't I? Is that better? I literally look like a ghost. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, it looks much better in real life, I promise you. Maybe it's all the lights. Right. So, that's kind of set. Check that. Yeah, that's fine. Now, we go in with contour. So I've got a few favourites. My first one, which I think everyone would agree, is the Benefit Hoola. You can see that there we go. I've got the jumbo one, so I love it. It's my go-to every day. Easy to the powders are easier to put on. They do not require too much blending, anything like that. Whereas my other second favourite one, when I've got a bit more time, is the Huda Beauty Light, in the shade Light, the Tantor. Absolutely love it. But again, this requires a bit more patience. You need to really go in and just kind of blend it all in with the right brush. It takes longer. So when you don't have the time in the mornings, you can just go in with Hoola Benefit, take an angled brush. My one's from Space NK. Absolutely love it. I've been using it for years. Right, now just go in. You can see where your cheekbones are. No? Take, pat, pat, pat. There we go. Just upwards. Pat, 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 pat. I love it. Okay. Go on the other side. Everything will all blend in, so it takes time. You can build on it. So this is the thing, it's quite light in shade, but it's buildable, and that's what I love about it. So if you did want a more chiseled look, you can just build on it. Then the jawline. I'd like to kind of go up a little bit on the jawline, just where the jawline is, just so it's a bit more defined for me. So just there. And this, I'm just swiping, just gently, not aggressively, just gently there, and then just a little bit there. So wherever you want a shadow, or you want to a bit more slimming. So I used to have a really bad second chin, believe it or not. I did, and so I will go through this in another video. There's a thing that I use for the face. It's like a face gym sort of thing. Love it, and I can actually genuinely see results. So that has really helped me. But if you did want to just add a little bit, just to kind of hide the double chin. It's great for double chin. Okay, then I kind of just go down, follow, you can see there, just down to the neck, the sides, just so it kind of brings in the neck a little bit. Obviously it's not necessary, this is entirely up to you, I just like to do it. And then just kind of blend. You leave the, I've still, as you can see, I've still got the baking powder on. That I will take off during the end, right at the end. Smile slightly, and then you can just see blusher usually goes on there, but obviously because we're doing a everyday sort of look, we can just go in with the same kind of light bronzer. Smile, and see where the cheeks are. You can see there. Just pat it gently. Don't know why I have to smile doing this. Just kind of helps me see a bit more. And don't be afraid to just get it slightly higher as well. Don't worry about that, because we can all, that will all blend in. There we go. So then, so once the contour's done, if I wanted a little bit more definition, let's turn this light off now. Oh, it's a bit better. There's a light there, so. Okay, so if I needed a bit more definition, turn this down a little bit actually. God, I've been sitting there with that bright light, didn't even realise. Must have been looking awful. Okay, so I think that's probably better. It's off. I can go in now, just slightly there. There we go. Okay, just add a little bit of definition, just exactly where you're, as you do this, just there, to add a bit more definition. Right, you can see it a bit more, it's darker. And then just go in and blend. That is the trick. Now, as you can see, I haven't gone all the way up. You can see this actually, so I mind my hair, my greys as well. I haven't actually gone all the way up, like I haven't blended the temple bit. I've left like a little bit there that where I haven't contoured. You absolutely can, absolutely. There's no right or wrong, like I said, with makeup. You can absolutely do it. I just kind of, for an everyday, to elongate it, elongate my eyes, and just for a bit more definition, I kind of just... I think it's a bit better. There we go. Right, so now, just gonna get rid of all the powder from under the eye, the baking powder, in the middle, chin, smile lines. I think we're nearly there. Okay. Now what's left is the eyes, which I'll show you. It takes 2 seconds. It's a very 90s eye, to be fair, where there wasn't much structure. It pains me to say this, but there wasn't much concept of blending as much. So I'm gonna just show you if I can find a brush. So we're gonna go in first, do the eye, and then I'll do the nose. Okay, so you can go in slightly with a darker bronzer that I have. Well, that I have. That's the one that I go in with. So it's the one. It's called Mahogany by Anastasia Beverly Hills. So just pat, tap for excess. Oh, saw that flying. And then just on the actual eyelid, just swipe it. There we go. And the 90s, they didn't really blend anything in, so you can totally get away with this. Oh. So you can totally get away with this. On the other side. Okay, can you see? I personally just like to kind of use a blending brush and just go on the outside, go over it just quickly, just to kind of... But if you don't have time, it's totally okay. Just say it's the 90s look. There we go. Now, I do like to just have a little bit on the under eye. Doesn't have to be a lot. So use a thin brush like this, smaller pointed brush, and just under the eye, just follow that line. There we go. All the way around. And you can absolutely blend it in. I do like to just go in with a brown pencil. Sometimes, I don't really do it every single time, but it's just to kind of define the eyes a little bit more. So I use between a couple of things, but the one that is my go-to one is the Morphe Dimmer eyeliner pencil. Yeah, sorry, it's the Shaders Dimmer. So if you can see that there. eyeliner pencil and just go in the eye. There we go. See the difference between that eye? I just like it a bit more defined. But you can totally leave this part out if you didn't want this. So it's totally fine. Okay. So now the nose and the contour, making the contour. So we're going to go in with the Benefit Hoola again, and I'm just going to use a double-ended brush. For a more defined, I'd go with a smaller tip, but today I'm just going to go in with this because it's powder. It doesn't have to be that precise. That's the beauty about powder. There we go, just on the end, and just go straight up. Okay. And then just, I kind of like to just brush it, take it all the way up to under the brow. And then just blend it. So the same beauty blender that I used for setting the under eye with the baking powder, you'll always have a little bit left on there. So just go in, tap that into the middle, just so it kind of still sets the highlight. If you feel that your bronze has gone too much, your contour's too much on your nose, again, go in with the beauty blender and just pat it, and it just kind of, it tones it down a little bit. There we go. And just blend that bit in on the side. Okay. Last bit. So to set my contour, again, you can go in with the Laura Mercier translucent powder, or because I'm using Huda Beauty already. Now, the one that I use for under my eye is Pound Cake. The one that I use to set my contour is Banana Bread. So it's slightly darker than the shade because the under eye you want to brighten. You actually want to brighten the under eye. For the contour, you just want it to be kind of set, so it's not as much as brightening. So just like that, you'll see where the line is from your mouth to the ear. Just go up. Just kind of, okay. There we go. Done. Must be attractive, isn't it? Well, so while we just wait for this to set for a little while we do that, you can always contour. I like to contour my collarbone. Just a little bit there. See that? Just kind of give it a bit more definition. The thing is, I don't actually have to do anything with the eyelashes because I've got eyelash extensions in. So unfortunately, it's a little bit of a cheat. But you can obviously then just go in, do your mascara, and it's absolutely fine. Does the same sort of thing, really. You can also, at this point, go in with a nice little blush. So it doesn't have to be anything drastic. So it depends on what sort of lipstick you want to go for as well, or if you just want a nice little bronze look. I really like this Dusk Medium, the Neon Bronzer from Kevyn Aucoin. And what I've done is just swiped it, because it's got lighter on one side, dark on the other. Smile slightly. Oh, it's gone in a little bit, hasn't it? This is when you start panicking. No, don't panic, there's no need. And just blend that in. Let's go in with a little bit of this. And then I just like to add a little bit of this is the Tarte blusher Exposed. I don't know if you can see that. So I really like this as well. So I just go in with it, just 1 or 2 tabs, and just add that bit on there, and blend it all. Go in, blend it all in. You can actually take off the baking powder underneath. Right, so my everyday go-to lipstick is between 2. Is between 2. Graduation Day by Huda Beauty. See that? See, there you go. The other one is Board Meeting, again by Huda Beauty. And if you're definitely going for like a 90s, if you've got the 90s eye, go for a 90s lipstick. Bear with me, there we go. Love it. So again, with the Kim K's doing it as well, and 90s are very, very much in. You can go in with a slightly darker lip colour. So I'm going to use Board Meeting. It's my favourite, all-time favourite, by Huda Beauty. I don't know if you can see that actually, yeah, it's zoomed in, there we go. It's a beautiful brown. It's like that. It's got the orangey tint to it. And the lip liner that I use with it is the lip contour that I use with it is Venus by Huda Beauty. There we go. If you were to go for like a 90s look with a darker lip line and like a brown shade, I'd go for Spice in Lip Contour by Huda Beauty with the Board Meeting, the lipstick Board Meeting. So, but I'm going to go in with Venus. So I know everyone uses it just to line their lips. I actually use it all over the lip before putting the lipstick on. I just find that the lipstick stays on a lot longer. There you go. Liking that. And if you are doing a 90s lip, as well. Don't be afraid to overline. Honestly, it was all about the lips in the 90s. So don't be afraid to overline. But if you are just doing an everyday look, you can absolutely just overline the top slightly, just to give it more of a full look. So that's just the lip liner so far. Haven't even put the lipstick on yet. Look. What do you think, guys? I love it. And every time I've worn it, I've got so many compliments. I really like it. This is the everyday kind of look that I go for. It's like a subtle nude. My signature look. This is actually my signature look. Setting spray. So I go between the two. Again, Urban Decay All Nighter, the classic standard. And also the Resting Boss Face by Huda. Love it. I'm a huge fan. I'm sorry, but I have. Just go in, spray it from a distance. All around. Okay. Now I have to warn you, this does have a very strong smell. So when you've sprayed it, just kind of move back a little bit for it to kind of fall before you start breathing again. Don't inhale it is what I mean. It is very strong in smell. But again, it was inspired by drag queens. They used to use hairspray in order to set their makeup. I'm sure you all know that anyway, but I actually really like it because my makeup does not budge, not a single bit. And I absolutely love it. Add a little bit more, why not? Okay, so there you have it, guys. Everyday glam, all done. What do you think? If you like the look, let me know. Don't forget to like, share, comment below, and subscribe.